Hey, on today's chat, we're going to be talking about the do's and don'ts of discounting. If this is your first time joining me, my name is Tara Walsh, and I'm a business coach for beauty business owners and lash artists just like you. So let's talk about the do's and don'ts of discounting. I did get a DM recently from a follower who said, "Hey, Tara, I am newer to being a business owner. How often should I do promotions and sales?" And I thought that was a great question, but probably the incorrect question to be asking when you're brand new to business. Why? Because no matter what you put out there, no matter how much you discount, if you don't have anybody seeing your offer, then it doesn't matter. You could be giving away services for free and nobody would take you up on it because you don't have an audience to sell to. So that's what we're going to kind of cover today is the do's and don'ts of promotions, discounts, sales, whatever you want to call it. So the purpose, if you don't know this, the purpose of offering a promotion, a sale, a discount, whatever, is to get somebody to make a decision now instead of waiting for some date in the future. The way that I was taught this example was your Amazon wish list. Now, if you haven't utilized Amazon wish list, I highly recommend it. But basically, you go onto Amazon and you put a whole bunch of stuff on the list that you want to save for later, that at some point you want. But it is a list of wants, not needs, because if you needed it right now, you would purchase it right now. You wouldn't wait till a later date. However, if that particular little item, and this is what Amazon does, they will follow up with emails that say, "Hey, this item is on sale for the next whatever, 24 hours, 48 hours, and it's got a decent discount," then all of a sudden your justification of why you don't need it now because it's just a want and not a need goes out the window, and you're like, well, I'm going to get it now because tomorrow it's going to be up at full price, but today I can save 30%. So it gets you off of the fence to purchase now for something that otherwise you would have waited to purchase at a later date. So that really is the strategy. It's called scarcity marketing for offering promotion, sales, discounts, is to get somebody who's already pretty much interested in what you have to offer. They just don't see the need or the value to get it at this moment. So whenever you offer a promotion or sale, the number one tip I can give you is make sure it has a deadline, right? That there is an end date to when things go up full price. Now, if you're new to business and you're starting to build your clientele and you're utilizing things like Groupon or whatever, or you're just putting out offers to whatever small social media following, if you have any, you want to make sure that there is a deadline to when you're offering this kind of grand opening special type pricing or whatever you want to call it. And that could be 6 months, right? It could be that I will offer you a discount on your fills while I'm practicing and building my skill set for the next 6 months. But come 6 months from now, it's going to go back to regular pricing because it's always easier to discount your prices than it is to raise them, right? So I would recommend, even if you're brand new, have pricing at a price point that's going to be profitable for you when you get busier, right? Instead of trying to slowly $5 at a time raise your prices over the next 4 to 5 years. That's going to be a much slower process than if you start off with a higher price, but discount it when you're just starting out, right? So you can have I'm going to offer specific pricing for the next 3 months for new clients coming in, both on full sets and with fills, because at some point your skill set's going to be good that you don't want to discount anymore, or you don't need to discount anymore. But sometimes a discount does help when you're learning your skill set and you don't have proof, social proof, testimonials, photos, or even you're still figuring out the results that you can get people. Maybe your lashes don't last that long, so you don't want to charge people your full price because you can't get a predictable result yet. Totally okay, totally understandable and normal and expected when you're just starting out. But again, have that deadline. So at some point you have the option to either, keep the discount going because you want to offer it a little bit longer, or make the discount less. So instead of 30% off, it's now 15%, or get rid of the discount altogether because you get a predictable result. So you don't need to discount your services. So that's one option if you are newer to business and you want to discount all of your prices or have lower prices because you're still new and figuring out results. But I would recommend having higher prices so you have this, it's worth this, but I'm offering a special exception because I'm new or I'm still building, or a grand opening special, or whatever you want to label it. So again, if we're looking at trying to give people the incentive to make a decision now, because the pain point of not making the decision now is that you will pay more later, that's very effective scarcity marketing. So if you notice with the Lashpreneur Society, we're only open a few times a year. part of that is scarcity marketing. And guess what? The most amount of signups we get when we open up the Lashpreneur Society is on the very last day. And we send out, kind of obnoxious, but it works, and I wouldn't do it if it didn't work. We send out at least 5 emails on that last day going, we're going to close tonight. We're closing tonight. Just so you know, tomorrow it will be closed. There'll be a pain point tomorrow. If you have any inkling in doing this, I would do it now because it will be several months before we do it again. So now you guys have an insider scoop of why we don't have the Lashpreneur Society open 24/7, because we want people who need to make a decision or are ready to take action. And if you are on that last day going, it's not the right time for me, or I don't want to put in the work to my business, fine. I'm not gonna keep, trying to get you to do something that's not in alignment with what you want to do. But if you think and you know that this is something that's going to help you, it doesn't serve you for me to be okay with you staying in maybe land. You either need to decide yes or no, because being an indecision is not serving anybody, right? And so that is the effectiveness of scarcity marketing. If your potential customers have a desired result they want, if they're feeling, unattractive, if they don't feel confident in themselves, if they're feeling old, if they are tired of strip lashes, if they're just fed up with their morning routine taking forever, here is the opportunity to get a lot of value in the result that I can get you at a lower price point, because come end of the month when this sale expires, you're going to have to pay a higher price. So you might as well take advantage of it now if you want the result. Now, here's the thing. You need to build an audience and a following and potential customers that want what you have. So if you have ever posted on social media some sort of discount promotion special and you don't have people taking you up on that, here's the issue. You have built the wrong following. You don't have people that want what you have. Now, not everybody will take you up on it. Let's just say you have 100 followers and you post an offer that offers a discount and 10 people take you up on it. That to me would be an incredible conversion rate. I think you would do really well with that. That means that you have 100 people that are interested in your services and a percentage of them took you up on the offer. That's a 10% conversion rate. So if that worked really well, I might look at, between my offers, building my audience of more people who want to be customers of mine. And maybe in 3 months, I'll offer the discount again, assuming a 10% conversion rate. So maybe now I have 300 followers on Instagram and a 10% conversion rate would mean 30 new customers. Now, again, these are just estimations. But then I know whenever I run my promotion, a certain percentage of my followers will convert. So my goal between promotions is building up my audience so that every time I convert at that same percent, my numbers get higher, right? And that just becomes the game of marketing strategy. I don't have to change the offer at all if it's consistently converting at that 10%. If it's converting at 1% and I want to grow how many people convert, then I adjust the offer. So maybe I started off with a 10% offer and I only had, out of the 100 people, 2 people convert. Well, maybe next time I'll run the exact same promotion, except I will make it a 20% discount. Does that affect my conversion rate? Did I get more people, more percentage of people converting? Right? And so we don't have to just go, I know, Columbia in the house, I'm wearing my Medellin shirt. We don't have to worry about necessarily, I put out an offer and nobody converted, right? That's just data. It doesn't mean you switch the offer completely. It doesn't mean that you don't ever do it again, or it just doesn't mean that social media doesn't work. We have to look at the factors of the offer to see what worked and what didn't work. You either have the wrong following, right? People who just never going to be customers of yours. If you have lash artists following you, lash brands, tweezer manufacturers, those are people that are not interested in what you have to offer because they were never going to be potential customers anyways. For anybody who's done a like for like or follow for follow train inside of a Facebook group, you've royally screwed yourself. You need to go in and delete those followers. I'm sorry, somebody across the world is never going to come see you for lash services. They do you no good by being a follower of yours. This is not a popularity contest. Hi, welcome to the real world. It's 2022. We don't care about popularity. We care about money coming into your business. That's what social media is meant to do, is draw in clients into your business. And if somebody is following you who's never going to be a client of yours, they're wasting their time, your time, and they're preventing you from reaching potential customers. So, little rant aside, when we look at how we're going to get customers into our business, we build the following of potential customers, and then we put an irresistible offer in front of them. How is it irresistible? How do we know it's an irresistible offer? People take you up on it. If people aren't taking you up on it, then your offer needs work. It's either not that valuable, they don't understand what the offer is, which often happens, right? If you just put out a discount out there on lash lamination, they may have no idea what that is because it's a newer service and there's not that many people educated on what that is or why that's something they should consider or why that would be valuable. So all of your content in between your promotions should be educational, should be training them on why they want it. Because here's the thing, when you get really good at marketing content that's educational and valuable, the less promotions you'll have to do because you'll be creating the demand for your services in between your promotions. So the only time that we run promotions is when we maybe have a slower month and we need to increase sales, or we want to get the group of people that have objections, right, that are resistant to taking you up on your offer right now and get them off the fence. That's what a promotion, a sale, a whatever is meant to do, is get people off of the fence right now. So that's kind of like the do's and don'ts of discounting. So if you're not going into your discounting with that mindset, then we need to discuss why that is. If you're competing on price, you likely don't know what makes you unique and different compared to somebody else. And that you need to start with before you ever go down promotions, discounts, and all of that stuff. Because again, if you're just competing on price, we're not really clear on who our target market is. Because I'm going to guess 99.99999% of you are not competing for the person who wants to pay the lowest price. Because if you are, don't follow me. That's not what we teach. That's not a sustainable living. We don't want to go the way of the nail salon. If you're trying to be the cheapest person in town, you might as well be free because that's the only way you're going to be the lowest person in town, right? But that's not a sustainable business model. Businesses are meant to make money and businesses are meant to be profitable, which means that there's extra money left over at the end of the month after you've paid all the expenses of the business, because that profit is what you put in your pocket, right? So let's talk about model pricing, which seems to be kind of a hot term in our industry when you are first starting out, is model pricing. I don't know that model pricing does you any good to promote and advertise on your social media. I think your model pricing could be like a friends and family discount. Use that as word of mouth marketing, because really we want to focus on, if we're looking at social media marketing and reaching basically strangers who have no idea who we are, we don't necessarily want to train them to get them in for free. Now, if you have no friends or family, therapy might be the first thing I recommend. But second to that would be, okay, maybe you could offer model pricing, but the whole goal of model pricing is to get a visual result of what you can achieve. And so why not utilize friends and family who you can have longer appointments with and who you can, basically have them sign that they're okay using, they want to support you in that. Essentially, it's like, hey, I want to have, pictures for my social media. I want to be able to have pictures for my website. It's going to take me a long time to do lashes. Are you cool with that? So we can hang out and socialize, but I can also practice and get my work done. I feel like that's more appropriate for friends and family and friends of friends and family and friends of family and family of friends and all that stuff. But model pricing on your social media, I don't know that necessarily is an irresistible offer that a potential customer, that a stranger who has no personal relationship with you is necessarily going to be super drawn to. I think that there's other offers and other ways to name whatever the promotion is to get somebody who's a stranger into your business. Because maybe this worked great for you. Maybe this is a strategy that works well for you, but I don't know how many people come in for model pricing that end up staying, right? That end up coming back time and time again. And here is, if you've never heard me say this before, please, if you've learned one thing from me, recognize this when it comes to money in your business. The bread and butter of things like facials, things like lashes, even hair, is the recurring appointments. Clients not just coming in for that full set, but coming back. The bread and butter in the lash world is your fills, not your full sets. When you get fully booked, you are fully booked with recurring fills, right? Fill appointments, back to back to back to back. You have a hard time getting in new full sets and thus new customers. So we want to be looking at the customer lifetime value. What does that mean? That means that a client comes in for a full set, let's call that $100 just for easy math, and they keep coming back for fills every 2 weeks at $50. Well, if we look at 6 months of a client coming in, let's say on average, my clients come back for 6 months before, they drop off or whatever. So some clients will be there for a year. Some clients will only come for the full set, but on average, a client comes in for 6 months. So if she's coming in every 2 months or every 2 weeks at $50 over, we'll do 5.5 months because we'll have her full set first. You've got $100 for the full set, and then you've got 11 fill appointments. Right, so hold on, I'm gonna have to do quick math here. Well, I did not plan out to do math. That's whatever it is, you do the math. I don't want to waste time doing math. Sorry, I should have done it beforehand. That's what you want to look at as my customer lifetime value. So let's just say it's $1,000, right? So each new customer I get in is about $1,000 of value in the business or money into the business, right? So then when it comes to how much to discount, we got a lot of wiggle room to play with. I am A-okay with you discounting whatever the frick you need to discount for your full set, because that's just the entry to get them in the door, right? That is, if you've ever looked at kind of like how supermarkets do it with their coupons, it's called a loss leader. It can be where they will discount the poop out of something to get you in the door, because they know once they get you in the door, you're going to buy the discounted thing, but then you're also going to be standing at the checkout line and grab a couple other things. Or you're going to also need to get broccoli and all that stuff. You have like a 2-for-1 on milk. So you go in and get the milk, but then you're going to buy a few more things. It's getting you in the door. So it's fine to discount your full sets to whatever is going to be that irresistible offer. Now, you could say free full sets, do you? But also think about the types of clients that come in, because the goal of discounting is to get them in the door to then either sell them more by upselling services, products, whatever, and or to get them to keep coming back for their fill appointments at the full price. So when we've done that well, we can play with the discount. I don't really care what you discount your full sets to. To me, you can take a loss on your full set and still have it be very profitable in your business if you're getting the right types of clients in. Now, there will be a certain point when you discount too heavily that it starts attracting the wrong types of clients, that it's not attracting the people that are kind of wishy-washy on the fence. I want this, but maybe not now, but when there's a discount, then I will do it. It then starts to draw in those that are only seeking a deal, that they're not necessarily on the fence of, do I want her, do I want it now or do I not want it now? It's those that are only looking for the discount, and they were only loyal to the discount, so they jump from person to person for the discount alone. So it is, and it will be different for each of you, it is just a constant testing and adjustment. If I discount my full sets 50%, how many of the people that come in on that 50% offer stay to come back? If it's not a number that I'm okay with, then I need to not discount as much, because I would rather discount less, and have more of those people stay, even though it's a less number of clients coming in, but the value of those clients coming in is going to be higher than if I discounted more, but didn't have as many people stay because it was the wrong types of people coming in. Does that make sense? So just to kind of sum up this whole do's and don'ts of discounting, the whole purpose of discounts is to get people to take an action now instead of waiting in forever land. The whole goal of model pricing really should be more towards your friends and family, for you getting pictures of your work and you're being able to show the results that you can get, but not necessarily the whole point of maybe promoting that specific special. You want to make sure that it is a irresistible offer, and that may be different for each and every one of you. And you can definitely DM me if you want to talk through what's an irresistible offer. But a lot of it's just going to be testing of promotion and putting out there. If you put out a promotion and nobody bites, chances are you have the wrong audience, that you've built the wrong following, that they're not interested in what you have, no matter what you put out there. Or you have the wrong content. It's not the irresistible offer. So those are two things that you can test anytime you put an offer out there. And then also you want to look at the customer lifetime value to decide how much you want to discount. Because there really is no cookie cutter template. What if I said discount your services 50%? Some of y'all may be insulted by that. Some of you may be like, I've done more than that and it didn't work, right? So it really is testing. Marketing is an experimentation. It doesn't mean anything, right? It's nothing about you, your skill set, your worth, your value. If you offer a promotion and nobody takes you up on it, it's just more data and feedback that can help you to improve your marketing next time. So we don't want to have one thing that we're set on doing and that's going to be it. And if it doesn't work, then I'm going to quit. That's not an effective strategy. That is not a great way to protect your energy. Always go into your marketing as an experimentation, as what can I learn? I'm either going to get the result I want or the lesson I need. And the quicker, faster you can learn the lessons, the quicker you can improve your processes for sales and marketing. All right, that's all I've got for you guys today. If you have any questions about discounts and promotions, feel free to DM me. I answer all my DMs, so I would love to have a chat with you in the DMs. All right, guys, have a good one.